Welcome to Saturday Hockey Talk. Preview for game number 76. Big rivalry game. Toronto Maple Leafs and Montreal Canadiens. Hey, everybody. I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge. All righty. We got a big game tonight, and there's a lot of news. I've got a lot of news here. There's some lineup changes that you're not going to like. And we're going to get to that. I have the stats for the game. I hope I'll have the lineups for the game. They're not out yet, but they should be out by the time I get to there. And let's see, what else do I have? Oh, yes, I have this. The Guess the Score contest. Guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick that guy from either team. Be the first one in the chat or the comments with that guess. And be from Canada, and you win the $10 prize directly into your bank account via Interac. Interac is the reason why it's only available in Canada. All right. So we have this game. It is a big rivalry game. Montreal and Toronto, always a big game. Third game of the season. Only 3 games this season, which is disappointing. Let's see. They beat us twice by 1 goal. And then the first one was also in a shootout. So they barely beat us there. They beat us by 1 goal. I'm predicting a win tonight. Even though you'll hear the news, even though that I'm predicting a win tonight. My guess is 5-4, Montreal in overtime. I'm going to give the first goal, and only I can give it for 2 guys. I'm going to give the first goal. It's either Caulfield or Slav. Why am I picking those 2 guys? There is a reason. Toronto Maple Leaf fans like to make fun of those 2 picks, comparing them to their guys. And I'm hoping these guys have a big game and just stick it in their face. Right? That's what I think. All right, so we're going to get to the news here right away. Why wait? You know what? I'll wait because I'll say hi to who's here. If you're here, say hi. Guru. Hey, Guru. Welcome in. 5-1 Leafs, Matthews first goal. Daryl Adams. Let's see. 4-2 Montreal, Caulfield first goal. Matt Outdoor has 4-3 Habs. Slavkovsky first goal. All right. Welcome in, guys. All right, so let's get into the news. Habs can be spoilers tonight by beating the Leafs. A Leafs loss tonight and a Tampa Bay win in Pittsburgh, and Tampa and Toronto, I think, flip. Or they'll be tied in points, and I think Toronto has just the slightest edge because of 1 game in hand. So right on the edge of falling into a wild card spot, which you never know what could happen there. So they're holding on to third by a hair. And that's it. Toronto is 7-5-1 in their since the deadline. Montreal is 5-5-2 since the deadline. Not that much difference. So, former Hab Max Domi has 10 points for the Leafs since the Mitch Marner injury. And Domi had 1 goal, 1 assist last time that these 2 teams met. Marner, though, is back tonight. He's been out for 1 month. He'll be on the second line, not back on the first line with Matthews. They're going to leave things as it has been with Domi there. So that's news there. Yoel Armia has 5 goals in his last 5 games and is Montreal's Masterton Trophy candidate. I'm trying to remember exactly what his sportsmanship and dedication to the game, something like that. That's what it's for. Nick Suzuki is tied with Max Domi as the last 2 72-point Habs players. So I believe he'll pass him tonight. He needs an assist or a goal, and he passes Domi, and I believe moves him into 3rd spot on the Habs list over the last 25 years for point getters. So go Suzuki, go! Austin Matthews' next point is his 100th. He's also on a 9-game point streak. He's got 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points in that time frame. Let's see. Monty's going to get the start tonight. And even though I don't have the lineups, I know Monty's getting the start tonight. Samsonov is going to get the start for Toronto. So we got that matchup. I'll show you their stats in a minute. Will we see Arbor Jacki and Ryan Reeves heavyweight bout tonight? That's what I wrote till I found out. No, we will not. Unfortunately, Arbor Jacki is out with an upper body injury. I wrote an expletive there. I'm not going to read that. And unfortunately, Leafs fans will say Arbor is like afraid of Reeves. That's probably what we'll see on Twitter, but that's bullshit. Arbor's out with an upper body. I don't know what the injury is. I didn't see anything. I know he got into got into an almost scrap, sort of, and then some guy jumped him from behind. Maybe he hurt him. I don't know what it is. Caden Gooley's also out. He's day-to-day with an upper body injury. So Justin Barron has been recalled on an emergency basis, and from what I understand, he's been playing well down in Laval. So let's see what happens there. But I mean, Gooley and Arbor out. That's two of our tough defensemen and our toughest guy. It's not. I don't know. We'll see. Ryan Reeves will probably be dancing around like he's the big shot because Arbor Jacki's not there. Watch and see. Last game was invisible. Jacki's not there. Watch. Because he's a pussy. Mike Matheson, Alex Newhook, and Slavkovsky each have 3 points in the 2 games versus the Leafs this season. So hopefully they'll add to that. Captain Nick, as I said before, but Captain Nick has 11 points in his last 10 games and 8 in his last 6 games. His 19 goals since the All-Star break is 4th in the NHL. Only Ovechkin, Zach Hyman, and the hated Austin Matthews have more. He has 21 points in 22 Saturday games this season. So very likely he's going to get at least a point. I think that's all I had for you. Yeah, that's all I got. That's news. Really sucks, the injuries. I do want to say fuck Nikita Kucherov and the league for letting this guy go around doing whatever he wants unpenalized. Same goes for Tampa Bay Lightning. They're dirty as hell. And they don't get the... I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. Gambling and the refs, they're in bed with each other. I understand that. Not enough people do. All right, what are we going to talk about? Hey, Richard, BC Richard. How's it going? It's been a while. 4-2 Habs. Slav with the first goal. J-Fed, welcome in, buddy. Too bad Jacki out tonight. It is extremely too bad that Jacki. I don't know what the injury is. I don't know if we'll find out right now. Hopefully, it is a very short-lived one. Listen, the end of the season's here. You could look at it and say it's good. If you want to maintain that spot on the bottom to get that the best pick you can get, this helps that, organically tanking. Somebody was asking me that. Where was somebody asking me that? I forget where. That's organically tanking right there. Hey, Phil, how's it going, Phil? How's it going? What did you miss? You missed not much yet. My news. Bad for the Rock. Why? Because Justin Barron came up. Well, they might not be out long. We don't know the length of time they're out. So we're officially mathematically out of the playoffs. Surprise! Montreal won't make the playoffs. Surprise! If you didn't know that. Hey, David. 4-2 Habs. Matthews' first goal. Phil says 6-4. Armia first goal. I think he already raised his value, Phil. The more he scores, the better his value. If he hits 20, awesome. Gambling is horrible. I don't know why they want to be in bed with gambling. Oh, it's money and greed. I forgot. A stand the man 4-3 Habs Armia. David says Reeves must fight tonight. Yeah, because Jackie's not here. That's why. Only because Jackie's not in the lineup. Reeves will be all over the place. Did you notice him in the last game? No. The first game a little bit because he fought with Jackie. He lost. The second game, quiet. Jackie tried to get him involved, pushed him a couple times on the one shift I saw they had together, and Reeves just skated to the bench. Tonight, though, Reeves is going to be like a guy in a multicolored suit out there dancing around. That's what he's going to be like. Pussy. Arizona had a big comeback win last night. 7 goals in Vegas. Wow. That's pretty good. Reeves can't believe he gets minutes. I bet he'll be emboldened with the sheriff taking a rest. Exactly what I said. Exactly. Of course he will. I'm looking for something to drink, and I realize that I finished that. So I got to drink my water. You think Reeves is going to be a difference maker? Okay, well, you're optimistic for him, I guess. Pittsburgh just scored. How far into the game? 1-0. I mean, it seems like it's nothing to worry about. Lightning are playing Pittsburgh. If Lightning beat Pittsburgh, Montreal beats Toronto. It puts Toronto possibly very soon into the wild card spot. I like that. And it also puts Toronto playing Boston, which I like because if that's the case, especially, we're going to cover that on both channels. We'll take turns, and we'll cover all the games for Boston, Toronto. Yes, sir. The one time, very few times you cheer for Boston, that'll be one of them. Crosby 40 goals. Crosby just keeps on going. He's like the ever ready. Is it the ever ready bunny? He's just like that. I know what you mean, Phil. Reeves is going to do shit in the playoffs. It's going to be up to Pizzetta, I guess, Stan. All right, let's take a few more minutes, and then I'll get to that preview. I'm just trying to wait out when the lineups show up because that's the problem right now. I don't have the lineups. They just showed up. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, well, we'll do the preview in just a few minutes. Let me see if I see any. I'm just looking for changes. There doesn't seem to be any changes there. Kovacevic in and Barron in. So Kovacevic with Matheson, Barron with Harris. That's the changes there. So there you go. Anyway, we'll go over that. And as I had predicted, of course, it's Monty. It's not a hard prediction to have made. Monty and Nets tonight. Primo tomorrow. You could say, why Monty and Nets tonight and not against the Rangers, who are the best team in the league? Because it's Saturday night and it's the biggest rival is the oldest and that's Toronto. So it's going to be Monty. Could Monty play both games? I mean, he could. I don't think he will, but he could. Yeah, I wished him well, Junkie. Did you guys get together? Or did the weather screw that up? I don't know, because I didn't hear from anybody. But, hey, I'm not complaining. Weather was shitty, especially on Thursday. You believe the get-together is tomorrow? Yeah, I got a game tomorrow. 3 shows in a game. All right. If you're here, say hi. There's 15 people here. I'm gonna get to the stats now. How's that? Bing bang boom bam boom. Here we go. We got this game, the 23-23-9 Toronto Maple Leafs, whatever, against the 29-34-12 Montreal Canadiens. How to watch this game? It's on CBC, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. CBC across Canada, Sportsnet across Canada in English, TVA Sports in French. Streaming, CBC Gem. And all you need is an account with CBC, free, and you can stream it on CBC Gem. ESPN Plus, Sportsnet Plus, where I don't have to watch it tonight. Yay! I hate Sportsnet. Season series, opening game October 11th. They beat us 6-5 in a shootout. Barely beat us. March 9th, 3-2 in Montreal for them. And tonight, disappointing, there is no fourth game. Last 10 games, Maple Leafs are just 5-4-1. They lost their last one to Tampa and had previously had a 3-game streak with Washington, Buffalo, and Florida. Canadians, 4-4-2, not far off. Tampa Bay was their last loss as well. They beat Florida the game before. They beat Philadelphia, Colorado, and Seattle in that 4 games. Home and away records, Toronto is away. They're 22-15 on the road, and Montreal is 15-23 at home. The refs tonight are Cody Beach and Peter McDougall. The Habs affair, it's not that bad. Last year they were god-awful, so Beach, we were 0-2-0. Doesn't mean anything. And the other guy, we were 3-2-0 and 2-4 the year before. That, is probably they're refs. They're not the worst ones, but they're refs. They probably suck anyway, but maybe they suck less. How's that? Atlantic standings, top to bottom. Boston, 105. Panthers, 104. Toronto, 95. And Tampa just 2 points behind them with 93. But you can see that the only difference if they split that, actually Tampa would be up, I think, because they'll have more wins. Yes, so if Tampa wins today, Toronto loses, they switch places, and then Toronto's facing Boston if nothing changes back. I love that. Where did I leave off? Tampa with 93, Detroit with 82, Buffalo with 79, Ottawa with 70, as does have Montreal. Bottom 10, top to bottom, Seattle, 77 points. Jersey, 76. Calgary, 73. If Calgary finishes ahead of us for the draft, we will not get Ty Ginla. They will definitely take him. Ottawa, Montreal with 70. Coyotes with 69. Columbus with 62. Anaheim, 54. Chicago, 49. And San Jose, the god-awful team, is 42 points. Tail of the tape, scoring chances for percentage, that's possession numbers. 44.9% for Montreal, 29th. 51.4% for the Leafs, 13th. Goals per game, 2.73, 27th for Montreal. 3.61 for Toronto, 3rd. Goals against per game, 3.37, 26 for Montreal. 3.11 for the Maple Leafs, 17th. Power play percentage, 17.2% for Montreal, 26th, and 24.4%. And it says 7 hours, but it means 7th place in the league. PK percentage, 76.8% for Montreal, 23rd, and 77.9%, 21st for the Leafs. So Montreal's power play could get could score. Head-to-head, 0-1-1 for Montreal, 2-0-0 for them. Face-offs is next. Leafs are 54.1% at the dot this year, and that's second in the league right now. 51.7 for Montreal, 9th. Not a whole lot different. Shots on goal allowed, shots on goal for. On the allowed side, 29.9 is Toronto's, and 33 for Montreal, and shots on goal for 32.6 for Toronto, 27.9 for Montreal. Players to watch over the last 5 games. Points, Austin Matthews, 7. Nick Suzuki, 6. Goals, Matthews, 5. Armia, 5. Assists, Nyes, 4. And Matheson, 5. And plus minus, Matthews with +3 and Suzuki with a +3. Team leaders for goals for the season, Austin Matthews, 63. Nick Suzuki, 32. Points, Matthews with 99. I think he's going to break the 100 the first time in his career. I think. Nick Suzuki, 72. Average time on ice, Riley, 23:48 for the Leafs. Matheson, 25:37 for the Habs. Wins, Samsonov with 21, Monty with 15. Those will be the 2 goalies tonight. Leafs top 5 scoring, Matthews, 63 goals, 36 assists, 99 points, plus 31. William Nylander, 40 and 55, 95 points, plus 5. Marner, 25 and 51, 76 points, plus 20. Mr. Pajama Boy, John Tavares, 24 and 35, 59 points, and a +1. Morgan Riley, 7 and 45, 52 points, plus 7. Habs top 5 in scoring. Suzuki leading the way, 32 goals, 40 assists, 72 points, -12. Caulfield, 22 and 35, 57 points, -5. Matheson, 10 and 43, 53 points, -27. Slavkovsky, 16 and 28, 44 points, -18. Newhook, 12 and 17, 29 points, -11. The goalies tonight are Samsonov and Monty. Samsonov is 21, 6 and 7. Monty, 306 goals against and an 892 save percentage, sub 900. Monty, 15, 14 and 7. 303 goals against and a 906 save percentage. And the lineups tonight, after I get rid of this, hopefully you can see that. Maple Leafs, Matthews, Bertuzzi, and Domi, Tavares, excuse me, I was going to say McCann, Tavares, McMahon, and Marner, Holmberg, Nyes, and Nylander, Kampf, Dewar, and Reeves. Riley and Leah Bushkin, Benoit and McCabe, Giordano and Brody, Samsonov and Wall backing them up. For the Habs, Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, Newhook, Gallagher, Armia, Evans, Pearson, Anderson, White, Pizzetta, and Harvey Pinard, Matheson and Kovacevic, Struble and Savard, Harrison, Barron, Monty starting, Caden Primo backing them up. And that is the preview. All righty. What did you guys think of all that? What are your opinions on tonight's game? Can the Habs pull off a stunning victory over the hated, and I do mean hated, Toronto Maple Leafs? Ghislain has 4-3 Toronto. Matthews first goal. JF. Hey, JF. First goal, you got to take that back because Jack and not in the lineup tonight. So we're going to get you to give a new guess. So Barron instead, gotcha. 5-4 Toronto in overtime. Matthews with the winning goal. Barron with the first goal. He's had a couple. Didn't he have like 2 in a row or something this year early? Have I seen the list of all less useful, deceiving players by team? Habs, Josh Anderson, Toronto, Ilya Samsonov. Yet they nominated him for the Masterton Trophy, Samsonov. So I have not seen the list. Doug is in the room. Hey, Doug. How's it going, man? Maple Leafs 4, Montreal 2. Matthews' first goal. Jack Campbell is the worst on his AHL team. 5 years, $5 million. Kyle Dubas, you take the prize. Somebody missed something on that. All right, so we got 35 glorious minutes to talk about hockey. Whatever you like, we can talk about it. Don't forget, I will be doing the game as usual. Hangout is at 7. Post-game show about 10 minutes after the end of the game on Don't Puck with Media. Link in the description. Also, I should say, there's going to be a new show there. Now, I don't know a lot of you will be interested in it, but I will be directing and co-producing it. And it is called, if you give me a second. Oh, I took it away. I'm going to put it up here. Just give me a sec. Dun, 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 dun. Let me find it. Whoops. It is loading. It is starring Cam and a good buddy of his. And it is going to be called Hi Bruin Nation. They'll be talking about the Bruins. I know it's the Bruins. I know. But it's for the new channel, and I'm fully behind it, and I think Cam will do a good job. I will be directing. Doesn't mean that much. But we'll be doing that. That should be out on Sunday afternoon. So check it out. Don't Puck with Media, link in the description. Head on over there, subscribe, and then you won't miss that. I don't think there's a lot of people, though, in here that want to see that, right? Oh, well. Got to advertise. Jonathan Drouin is a Masterton pick. Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, Jonathan Drouin. Adam, we're going to kick your ass tonight, no matter what our lineup looks like. We're going to at the very least, I believe they're going to compete hard and they're going to give you guys a good game at the very least. And I guess your boy Ryan Reeves he's going to dance around the ice because Arbor Jack guy ain't there. Yeah, Mr. Pussy. Despite that, with Gooley and Jack guy out, we're going to beat you guys. They got Vasilevsky on that list, and you know it's a bullshit list. He's not, it's not his best season, and I guess that's probably why. Yeah, they'll be talking about a bunch of things. It should be interesting. Cam is a funny guy. It should be a fun show. If you really don't like the Bruins, obviously, it's not for you. But there will be stuff on that channel that won't be for everybody because we cover the whole league. Yeah, I didn't even mention the 20-0 because he's just trying to get our goat. Adam's a good guy. I have no problem. We can do this with each other. He's not going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad. But the 20-0's ridiculous. Come on. First of all, Monty's in nets. Monty, you might laugh. Go ahead, laugh. First, he's got better numbers, better save percentage than your guy. He didn't have to go down to the AHL to get his freaking head together like your guy. Let's see. Monty's going to have a good game. Monty's going to need to steal this game. And I get that. And he's capable. Oh, well, Phil, even if they don't win 20-0, they're still going to, maybe not in 4 games, but they're gonna be playing Boston or Florida. That's guaranteed. And listen, Adam actually is very realistic about that. So you can bug him about it, but he's realistic about it. So you're not going to get much. He's not a rabid Leafs fan that comes in. You know, we get a few of them. But no, everybody knows Adam. Come on. Monty is fantastic. We're winning this 6-4, and Armia will hat trick it. That's a bold prediction. Brad Marchand hat trick, a slew foot, a submarine hit, spitting or licking the opponent's visor. But he doesn't do that anymore. You know, the visor, he doesn't do that, licking the face. That he grew up a little bit there. What's the submarine hit? That I don't, offhand, don't know. The slew foot, yeah. I mean, he does that still. No doubt, Aroni. So, what do you guys think about what I was talking about? What should we go out? What should we expand on here? I mean, listen, the spoiler thing, Matt, he didn't mean that they were going to. He's just trying to get you guys go. It's Adam. Adam hangs out here sometimes. I always remind everybody, he's a realistic Leaf fan, but he's a Leaf fan. He's going to come in and be respectful, but also he's going to try to, bust your chops. So don't worry. And you can give it back to him. He can handle it. But the thing is, he can handle it if you guys got to handle his shit coming in. Just, it's what it is. The submarine, that means he died? Okay, I get it. Okay. Hey, Zachary, another Leaf fan, but a good one. Don't give Zachary shit. He's got no problem. Yeah, good luck. Best team wins. That's what I think. Best team tonight should win. As any game, best team should win. If the Habs are not the best team and they lose, I'm going to say the Leafs are the best team. I'm like Adam. I'm realistic, but I hate the Leafs. Like Adam hates Montreal, not the city, the team. That's the difference between me and Adam. I hate Toronto. Everything about it. I don't know if he does with Montreal. I just grew up that way. Sorry. Oh, that's the submarine hit. I didn't know that. Are you calling it that, or is that what it's known as? But I didn't know it as that. See, you learn something new every day, no matter what. You think I know everything about hockey? Nope. Obviously, I don't know everything about hockey. What if Habs win 5-0? Awesome. That's what I say. Awesome. Love it. Zachary and Adam won't love that, but hey, Phil, if I met Marchand, I would do absolutely the same thing. Because off the ice, I got no reason to hate the guy. And besides, he's got a great reputation as a good person, so I wouldn't do that. But why can't I hate Toronto? I grew up in a rivalry, Montreal and Toronto rivalry in everything. In everything. I grew up hating Toronto because, it was kind of ingrained in me. Do I hate the people of Toronto? Not necessarily, no. But I hate Toronto. It's a healthy hate. I don't think that's not a healthy hate. Austin Matthews is a different story. If I met Matthews, I would not be nice to him. He's a real piece of shit. So there's a difference. What's his name there? I can't remember his name now. Marchand. Marchand on the ice is a piece of shit, yes. But I know a lot of I grew up knowing a lot of guys that were great people. On the ice, they were not so. So doesn't mean you got to hate them. But Matthews off the ice, I don't think he's a good person. I know he's done some things. We know he's done some things. And he hangs out with Bieber. Like, what, you know? Zachary, exactly. Because if Toronto beats us, same thing. We move on to the next game. That's what rivalries are about. Exactly. See, that's why Zachary comes in here all the time. Never gives us a problem. And he's part of this community. Leaf fan or not. Same with Adam. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference. Hate requires active participation. It's a lot of work. Yeah. I know what it is. Work smart, not hard. I'll do it. You do you. I'll do me. They might be, Matt. They might be. It would not. Listen. It would not shock me. And listen, I'm not saying he's gay. I'm not. So nobody accuse me of that. But it wouldn't shock me if it came out that Matthews is gay. It's okay. I don't care. And it doesn't mean I wouldn't hate him for it. But I get that feeling about him. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't care. Gay, that doesn't bother me for anybody. Hell, if it did, I'd kick my own ass. You get Marner back, yeah, on the second line and see what he might be a little rusty after a month, though. And listen, Marner's a Hab killer, too. So, I mean, that's big for them to get Marner back for this game. I do not mind Marner as much. I mean, a guy that cries out there and whatever, how can you hate him too much? He cries. He's a baby. You think Matthew's got a girlfriend or a wife? I know there's probably tons of men, famous ones and not famous ones, that are bisexual or gay and have a wife. Having a wife no longer means you might not be gay. And, he's got the kind of money to just, hey, you're my girlfriend. Here's the money. You go, you're my girlfriend. That's it. I'm not saying this is the case, though. Nobody come down. I don't have any idea if it is. But don't tell me that a guy's not gay because he's got a girlfriend or a wife. We better hope Domi doesn't score again. Listen, I think it's going to be a bit of a high-scoring game. Guys are going to score. What matters is the score at the end of the game. They used to call those beards. Okay, I'm going to say a word that's not a nice word anymore, but I don't mean it in a bad way. But we used to call them fag hags because you could use that word back then. You can't today. That's the first time I've said it out loud in the longest time. But that's what we used to call them back then because, we were idiots back then when it came to gay people. Leafs can keep doing. And gay used to be happy. Read old books. If you read old books, they'll say that, he was, oh, no, she's gay and whatever. And that meant that she's happy because that's what gay used to mean. Now it means something else. It is what it is. And you are what you are. And I don't care. I used to when I was younger. I don't care anymore. I'm smarter now. I grew out of that shit. Yes, and well, you could say it because you're saying a bundle of sticks. I know in the UK they call that it's called a faggot. It means a bundle of sticks. If you want a cigarette in the UK, you might ask for a faggot, which means a cigarette. That's all. Nothing wrong with it. You can use a word when it's used properly. Don't you think? I'm a believer in that. Oh, well. Oh, look. YouTube's shutting me down. That'd be funny. Wouldn't that be funny? Because I said those words properly. I didn't say them in a bad way. I don't do that shit anymore. I don't use those words for that. I just don't anymore. But hell, growing up, we did. I mean, but like I said, smart enough to have learned better and to grow out of it and be a better person for it. Yeah. Yay, Rick. He's a good guy. All right. Let's move on to more hockey, please. We got like 20 minutes left. There's nothing else you guys want to talk about that's hockey? I mean, there's stuff to talk about. Okay. Let's move on. Yoel Armia has 5 goals in his last 5 games. Can he make that 6? I hope so, because it'll drive up his value. You got to say his comeback has definitely driven up his value. From a guy who had 0 value, you can't tell me they can't find a trading partner now. A team got to look at that and say, this guy can play. Third line, for 1 year, 3.4 left. I think they can move him. John from Hot Take Hockey is awesome. He's funny. John doesn't talk to me anymore. I'm not saying he's not funny and he can't be awesome. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he doesn't talk to me anymore. He's mad at me because of a video where his team won in the playoffs and he went batshit crazy, and I just told him not a good look, basically. Your team didn't win anything. Why are you going batshit crazy over you didn't win anything? I understand you haven't won a series in a while, but still. And he doesn't talk to me anymore. Give him credit that he didn't unfollow me or unsubscribe. I have to give him credit for that. But he doesn't talk to me anymore. Domi is a chirper, also known as a shit stirrer. The type of guy that insult the other player to get a reaction, lose focus on the game. And did you know something? Domi played here for 2 seasons. I don't know if you knew that. So we kind of know about Domi. Airfield has it. Domi gave us 72 points and 28 goals as a center. That's all I needed from him. Thank you. And trying not to recreate that over in Hogtown. Well, I think he's free to do whatever he wants. And sorry, he still had a great season here, 72 points. You know what? When he went over to Toronto, he didn't shit all over Montreal when they asked him how, he loved it here. And I got to have respect for that. Let what man have fun? Who are we talking about now? I'm lost now, Adam. Sorry. Did I insult somebody I shouldn't have? John, you mean Hot Take Hockey? I have nothing against John. I just said he doesn't talk to me anymore because I made a comment to him. I got nothing against John at all. I don't talk bad about him. Whatever. It is what it is. I told you what happened. I'm not going to talk bad about him. And I haven't. Go find somewhere where I talk bad about him. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Who said that? No, I don't think so, Phil. There's reasons for it that I'm not going to share here. But no, I don't think so. Yeah, I got a poem. I've had it ready for a few days. Harry's actually supposed to edit it, but I think I'm going to use that for the other channel. And I'm going to, if I have some time this afternoon, which I should, I'm going to start editing this thing. So hopefully it'll be out, if it goes well, today. If not, tomorrow. Who is Hognose on the Leafs? I have no idea. Domi and Slav were laughing with each other last time we played, you guys. I don't. How would they? I don't even know how they know each other. Just like, yeah, Lapierre was a chirper. He's on the Sick podcast sometimes, isn't he, Max? Hognose is Matthews. I never heard him called that. Lapierre was, he just wasn't a big point producer. I think we had high hopes for him as a point producer, but everything else, yeah, he was a good player. Shorzy is also a chirper. Shorzy is a chirper, the master chirper. Give your balls a tug. Well, we got 15 minutes left. So far, so good. Some good conversation, some good rivalry, fuss and chops. Today's a good day. Got a bit of a toothache, but other than that. So there must be people here who have not chimed in. Let us know what you think. Say hi. Let us know you're here. Move on to the next subject then. Well, here's one I like actually for Nick Suzuki. He's got 19 goals since the All-Star break, and he's got fourth of how many people are there? He's got the fourth most. Yeah, he's got the fourth most goals since the All-Star break. Now that's a significant amount of time, and I wonder what you guys think of that. Only Ovechkin, who obviously started to score. Zach Hyman and Austin Matthews have more. I don't know exactly how much more they have, but what do you guys think of that? Mary Jo chimes in with 3-2 Habs. New Hook first goal. Hey, Mary Jo. Maybe I should say I, at the time, expected more point production. When I say high expectation, I'm not saying like a 70-point player. But I was always frustrated at his point production, I want to say, for Lapierre. I know he was tough. He was a tough player. I didn't dislike the guy. I was just a little frustrated at his point production in games. But that was also at a time when nobody could score. Like we had our leading scorer had 47 points. Like that's at that era. So everybody was frustrating. Have a good one, Shazam. Hopefully we'll see you later. Yeah, Leon, somebody updated us on that. Crosby, a hell of a player. Going to be in the top, not whatever, top, definitely, I think, a top 10 all time. Phil, he did. But first, I don't remember the reason why to pinpoint it why I thought he would produce more, but I did. Latendresse, they rushed that kid. He might have been a decent to good hockey player. They rushed him and ruined him. Fun team, frustrating team. Sorry. No talent, frustrated they couldn't get. I mean, this is coming from me who grew up winning, having the team winning Stanley Cups after Stanley Cup after Stanley Cup. But that was a frustrating era. Sorry. You could agree or disagree. I don't care. Oh, down to our last 10 minutes, last chances to get a question into the guy. No. If I could answer, if you got something you want to know, I might know it. I might be able to answer. I won't bullshit you on the answer. If I don't know, I don't know. And I'll tell you that. And if I know, or I might think I know, but got the wrong information, but I mean, that happens. I'm not an insider by any means. I wish I was, but I'm not. Hey, Blended, how's it going? Yeah, but there's a Y in there, and there's some letters that aren't. But yeah, the Kostitsins, who I never met, but we got a connection. I'm not talking about it right now. Let's put it this way: if you know what Eskimo brothers are, that's my connection with the Kostitsins, with both of them. Missing a Y. No, it's yeah, but there's something else. There's letters in there that shouldn't be in there. Why do you say the white powder? Were they into coke? I don't remember that. They were into partying, yes. Gotta say they were a little bit on the party wild side. But a few guys at that time were, I think. Blended by the LOL, that means you know what Eskimo brothers are? Or it was for the white powder? That was a time when the Russian players were having trouble with the Russian mob. Leon Jackeye is out. Upper body injury. That's all I know. They recalled Barron. So Kovacevic and Barron will be in the lineup. Blended, they weren't a part of it, but they were getting they got all of them. Markov too got not blackmailed, but there's I can't remember the word. The word's not coming to me. By the mob. So that's what the stories were out at the time. Blended, awesome. So you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna explain it. Gooley is out too. Gooley's out. He's day to day. Leon, one was what? Part of the mob? I don't think so. Let's see. BL, the Crosby thing, we know that. We've been talking about that. Awesome. Jackeye is out, and Reeves does not have the flu. I believe Reeves will be dancing all over the ice like he's like it's Saturday. Well, will be Saturday night. You know what I mean? He's gonna be out there like he's at a disco. Jackeye not here. I can do what I want. That's what I expect from Reeves. Because the last game he was invisible after the first game where they fought. Yeah, when you say close relations, what I understood was that yes, they did, some of their partying and stuff were with the wrong people. I don't think it went any further than that. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. Fine, whatever. That's just because there's articles doesn't mean they're accurate. Anyways, that's what I remember. But like I said, I could be wrong. But that's what I remember. Reese will take a break from knocking out Tanner Jeannot. But listen, if you saw that fight, watch it again. He landed one punch, Reeves. Granted, it knocked Jeannot down, but he landed one punch in that whole shit. So, and then he's, you got a lucky punch in there. And the rest of the fight, nothing. You were flailing your arms more than anything. Ribeiro was the cokehead. Not saying other guys didn't do it, but Ribeiro was the cokehead. Does Jackeye have the Reeves flu? That could get you kicked out of here, BL. No. Why would Jack? You think Jackeye's afraid of Reeves? My God. Lost some respect for you, BL. Jeannot is out, but that might have been when he fell. It might have been the punch. It was a good punch. He hit him one time. He hit him good, but he hit him one time. Listen, a big guy like that, any big guy like that, he hits you like that one time. That's devastating. Jeannot did not give Wi-Fi a beatdown. You could say he probably won that fight, but just by a bit. I remember that fight. It wasn't a beatdown. It wasn't Plekanec. It was Ribeiro. I don't remember Plekanec having that problem. It was Ribeiro. Admittedly so afterward. He admitted he had problems with coke. Different league, different team back then, too. Very different team back then. Hey, BL, I'm going to forward that comment to Arbor Jacka. You better be careful, man. Robinson never had that flu in the 70s. You know why? Robinson fought a little bit, and that's all he had to fight because he was devastating. And guys were not going to fight him again. So he did not have to fight very often, but that's because guys were afraid of him. Phil, yeah, Ribeiro went, obviously. Was that what it was? Probably because Plekanec didn't like Ribeiro's lifestyle and his attitude. Plekanec was a decent guy. He was the Tony Montana of hockey ribs. Mikey Ribs. Yeah, Gislain, you're right. The three amigos. Pierre Dagenet went away. Guillaume, what was La Tendresse involved in that? Are you sure it was La Tendresse? Because they traded away Dagenet and Ribeiro to get that. Well, first Dagenet, I think, to get that out of the locker room. BL, you're right. Barron's probably going to play well. He's been playing well. I was reading. He's been playing well of late down with the Rocket. So we'll see how that tries. Anyways, it's an emergency call-up. It is what it is. Was Maxime Lapierre part of that? I don't remember that, though. Phil, neither did Gallagher, obviously. A lot of the team didn't like PK Subban's flashiness. But I don't think it was like as to his face a lot. I think it was kind of a little bit, nice to the face, stick a knife into the back. Anyways, history, old history. And guess what? That brings us to the end. So, hopefully Montreal beats Toronto tonight. I'd like to see that. I'll be back for the live stream for the hangout at 7. Hopefully you guys will join me. I see a lot of the regulars here anyway, so we'll do that. Hopefully be a good game either way and not a blowout unless it's Montreal blowing out Toronto. That's enjoyable. The other way around, not enjoyable. Don't want to see that. And then the post-game show pretty much right after the game on Don't Puck with Media. Link is in the description. A link for the 2 podcasts are in the description. Please check that all out. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Of course, I'm right, Gisela. I'm always right. Blended, quickly get a goal scorer. You qualify. Although I'm not. Yeah, you're here. Get in a goal scorer for that score, and you can qualify for the contest. I'll give you not long, though. You got to get it in now. All right. I'm taking off. I'll see you at 7. What else is doing? Don't forget about that show I told you if you're interested in the Bruins at all. Got a Bruins show starting on Don't Puck with Media starting on tomorrow. So please check that out. And that's it. I'm going to take off. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. And I will see you later. Yep. You got us in. Everybody's good. All right. Ciao, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe. Peace out. See you later. Have a great afternoon. And if you're watching it later, have a great whenever.